Hi, in this video I'm going to show you how you can watch BBC iPlayer in India. Now, this can be a bit confusing. All the BBC's programs are online in a streaming platform called BBC iPlayer, which works very well. It's got about 12 channels. It's got thousands and thousands of on-demand programs to watch. You can watch the news live 24/7. It's a good program. But if you go from India, so an internet connection in anywhere in India, and go to the BBC website, you might have trouble finding it. Here's the BBC site here. Now, normally if you're in the UK, this will look slightly different, and there will be a link for BBC iPlayer. You can see there's nothing here. This is actually the international version of the BBC. And it routes you to this automatically if your IP address, that's your unique network address that everybody gets when they connect to the internet, is not registered in the UK. So it doesn't matter if you're in USA, China, Japan, anywhere, or India indeed, you'll get this page and you won't be able to get access to the BBC iPlayer directly there. When you've gone to the site, BBC will actually look up your location from your IP address, which is what it's done in my situation here. And BBC iPlayer has looked at my IP address, and this little site called gps-coordinates.org will show you where it's resolved to. So hopefully you can see there. It's resolved my IP address to India. Okay, so that's basically, I won't be able to watch any of the BBC. I'll only get this international site here because BBC iPlayer thinks I'm in India. Okay, so how can we change that? Now, we can't change your IP address directly. It's assigned by wherever you connect to the internet. So whether you're at home or you're sitting in a cafe or a library or an airport or hotel or whatever, your IP address will be assigned to the device, your phone or tablet or desktop, as soon as you connect to the internet, and you have no control over it. You can't modify this unless you own an internet service provider, which unfortunately probably most of it don't. So let me just close this. However, there is a method you can use. You can actually hide your IP address by using some gadgetry called a VPN. Now, a VPN stands for Virtual Private Network, and I'm going to show you how you can use one, how easy it is to watch the BBC in India using it. Okay, the VPN service I use is something called NordVPN, which is, I think, the biggest in the world. VPN stands for Virtual Private Network. It's basically an encrypted tunnel between you, your device, whether your phone or your laptop. You can install NordVPN on any of these, and a VPN server. Now, the VPN server can be anywhere in the world. So you can pick anywhere from the US, Africa, lots of places. I think it's about 60 countries, NordVPN. This is just the basic subscription, and you can, I think, extend it to get more countries if you need, but the basic subscription's enough for most people. And in this case, we want to connect to the UK. Okay, so here we go. What we're going to do is connect to a UK VPN server. Right. Now, first of all, when you use NordVPN, you normally just click on the map of the location you want to be. But this doesn't always work with big media streamers. Most of the sites like the BBC and ITVX and all the other big media sites all over the world tend to block access to VPN servers. What they do is they look for the number of connections, and if lots of people are streaming from the same one, they flag it as a VPN server and block it for a period of time. To get around this, NordVPN have set up a series of specific servers which they just try and optimize for accessing the BBC and ITVX in particular. So I've just connected to one of those now, and I can see I've connected to the United Kingdom. I'll just show you quickly. I'll put these in the description below as well. If you do decide to use NordVPN, use one of these when you're connecting to the BBC because it'll work much better. So any of these numbers, just type them in the search bar like I did there, and you'll connect straight through to the BBC. Okay, now let me just demonstrate. First of all, our location has changed. And we'll just click on my location. This is the gps-coordinates.org site. I'll put that in the link below, description below as well if you want to play with it. And you can see now my IP address previously resolved to India. I should point out that I was actually using an Indian VPN there to simulate this situation. I'm not actually in India at the moment, but nor am I in the UK. So here we go. We're just showing you now. I am resolving to the UK because I'm connected to a UK VPN server. Okay, so you can see that there. So it doesn't really matter where I am. What matters is the location of the VPN server. Just minimize this. I'm going to go into Firefox now. The reason I'm going to use Firefox instead of Chrome, which I used previously, is because it'll clear the cookies so that I can go directly to the site. So let me just show you first. If I go to bbc.co.uk, now, because I've got a UK IP address, it's not routing me to the international version. And can you see it's subtly different? The kind of news is different. It's more sort of UK centric. The same stuff is in there, but the front page changes. And there's also a link to iPlayer, which I'm going to use now, which we didn't get on the international version. And let's now briefly show. Now, I've got a BBC iPlayer account here set up. They're free of charge. If you do decide to access the BBC, you'll need one of those. But if you get a UK VPN first, they're free, as I say. Go to the BBC iPlayer register. I'll put a link that in the description as well. And you will need a email address. Any email address will do as long as you've got access to it. And you'll need a UK postcode. Now, a UK postcode is like a US zip code. It's just like an address code. Any UK postcode will do. If you don't have one, just look online, find any business anywhere. It doesn't matter where, as long as the UK postcode is valid, it'll work. You will also be asked if you've got a UK TV license. You must say yes, even though you can't buy one outside the UK. There's no check on that either. They don't want a registration number or anything like that. Okay, so let's go and watch the news for a change. So if we go up to channels here, you'll see these are all the live TV stations. So there's, I think, 11 here. And then there's thousands and thousands. You can go into the categories for download stuff. But this is the BBC News channel. This is 24/7. And then you can look at old programmes there. There's lots of international content as well. It's not just UK news. But let's just watch anything here now just to show you it works okay. So this is streaming through a UK VPN server. So you could be anywhere in the world to watch that, and it's streaming, and I can maximize it, change the quality. You can actually go up to UHD on a lot of programs, but you'll need decent bandwidth for that. Let me just stop that, and hopefully you can see it's all working perfectly, and that's because it's got a UK IP address. Right, okay, I'll just minimize that, and hopefully that's given you some knowledge on how to access the BBC iPlayer. If you do watch BBC iPlayer, remember it's free of charge. Also subscribe to ITVX, which is the UK's largest commercial channel. It's got lots of good programs as well, and if anybody of my Indian friends are learning English, go and find out Downton Abbey, because that's how to speak English properly, of course. And I'm only joking. Nobody speaks like that. And hopefully you can enjoy ITVX too. Again, free of charge. You can subscribe to a premium version, which gets rid of the commercials. Unfortunately, NordVPN has got a cost. Obviously, they've got to buy servers and pay support staff and stuff, but it's pretty cheap. If you look in the discount link below, that'll give you to the latest discount. NordVPN run discounts all the time, and they change all the time. The discount is usually between 60 and 70% off their main price, and you can usually get 1 to 2 years off. 1, 2, or 3 months included free of charge as well. So, but check that out. I won't say too much about it because it'll change whenever you're watching this video, but the link changes as well. Okay, so, well, thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of the day, and that's how to watch BBC iPlayer in India. Bye for now.